They grew up among the bombs of the occupation. Bulldozed houses, this was the situation. Refugee camps, Yunus and Shatila. Children gunned down in the Intifada. Poverty and hunger, a place to slowly die. These 5 men decided at least they had to try. From their homes in Texas to the stateless nation, they started up the Holy Land Foundation. They sent food and medicine, that's all they ever did, aside from sending toys for little kids. Feed the hungry, they say that's a good deed, but apparently it all depends on who you want to feed. If they're living in the ghettos, under IDF command, if they think they don't deserve to starve in their homeland, if Sharon says all that's theirs is mine, if they're from a place called Palestine, the Holy Land is crying out, leaving little room for doubt. From ruined homes, the kids ask you, what in the world will you do? They send money to the Zakat committees, the same ones funded by USAID, but these were Arabs aiding Palestinians. They opposed the occupation and they were Muslims. Their phones were tapped for years, but nothing could be found. So with an executive order, Bush shut them down, freezing all their funds, taking food from kids. That's exactly what the US government did. These men support Hamas, the government proclaimed, although they couldn't find a cent sent in their name. But they had evidence. For the first time in a court, an anonymous Israeli would submit his report behind a veil with no rights to cross-examination. He could smell Hamas. This was his explanation. First the jury hung, so they tried them again. And for feeding hungry people, they were sent to prison. The Holy Land is crying out, leaving little room for doubt. From ruined homes, the kids ask you, what in the world will you do? Now 5 men are in cells, no one knows what for. Every Muslim and unindicted co-conspirator. Be careful what you say, be wary what you hear, or you could end up in a CMU for 65 years. Cut off from the world, held in a little box. Back home kids are getting shot for throwing rocks. No one stops the charity sending money for tanks, for illegal settlements all over the West Bank. This is justice in America. If you didn't know it, now you do. And a retrial was denied, I should mention that too. A retrial was denied. Who knows who's next to go to be tortured in a little Guantanamo? The Constitution's suspended, they just haven't let us know. It's easier that way, just say it isn't so. The Holy Land Foundation, you know it's true. They just did what all of us should do. The Holy Land is crying out, leaving little room for doubt. From ruined homes, the kids ask you, what in the world will you do? Freedom to give. Free the Holy Land 5.